Today we are doing a short standing workout you can do anywhere. Here we go. Hi, I'm Jessica Valant. I'm a physical therapist, women's health expert, and movement teacher, and I'm here to offer you content and tips and tricks that you can use to feel strong and safe and secure in your body in all seasons of life. You can find my workouts here on YouTube, and then you can also find so many more resources at all my links below. So we are doing a full body standing workout today. So we're gonna start with your feet underneath your hips. And if you need help with balance, you can have anything close by to help you out. And what I want you to do is exhale, and you're gonna raise up onto your toes and inhale back down. I'll turn from the side so you can see me here. Lift and lower. So I love standing workouts. It gets us really kind of getting our heart rate up. We use our legs a lot. Helps with our balance, but also this comes from a lot of people requesting workouts that they can do maybe in a small space or at your desk on a work break. I've even used these on the back of an airplane when I need to get up and move around. So these exercises I'm specifically doing without any equipment needed and in a small space so that you can do them anytime you're standing and need a little movement. All right, now on this next one, when you lift, arms come up too, and then lower and arms come down. So just feeling nice and tall here. This is a great way to kind of get that blood flowing. Again, if you're thinking of an airplane almost, it's gonna help kind of prevent those blood clots. Anything you can do to get moving throughout the day is gonna help you in so many different ways. All right, last one. And lower back down. Leave your arms at your sides. And I want you to sit back in a little bit of a squat. So it's just a little bit of a knee bend here. And arms now come to this position, palms forward. You're gonna reach your arms up, squeeze them back in. And again, depending on kind of the space that you have available to you, you can just do this standing all the way up if you prefer. Otherwise, have those knees bent so you get a little more full body workout. We're getting some great shoulder mobility. So this routine can be done on its own, but it's also really nice as a warm-up before other workouts. It can be used as a cool down or maybe in addition to a nice long walk in the sun. Okay, last two. And last one. Bring your arms to your side so your palms are back and do a little press and press. So a little press back here. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand back up, arms in front, and sit back and down into a squat. And then come up and arms press down. So we're going a little deeper into that squat now. And I know if you are not used to moving like just throughout the day, you might be thinking, I am not gonna do this in front of other people. I'm not gonna do it in an airplane or an airport or at the playground with my kids. But I tell you what, I'm that person doing this all the time, and I'm the one who feels a little better after those times. I don't wanna be sitting for hours at a time. And I tell you what, it is not good for our bodies to be sitting for hours at a time. So if you get these 10-minute little breaks, I encourage you to get up and move. Don't worry about what anyone else thinks. And probably most people look at you thinking, I kind of wish I was doing that right now. Last two. Last one. Nice job. Shoulders down and back. All right, so now we're gonna keep our feet underneath our hips. Right knee is gonna come up to your chest, and then lower back down. Lift and lower. So think about keeping those hips level. So you're just trying to work a little more single leg balance here and some hip mobility in the right. Last one. Nice, switch legs. So you're gonna lift the left and lower. Keep feeling nice and tall here. Finding that breath as well. Remember, even 10 minutes at a time is so valuable throughout the day. We sometimes think, oh, if it's not an hour, it's not worth doing. And I tell you what, that all or nothing mentality is not gonna help you in health and fitness and movement. You have to think of it as little pockets throughout the day. And then if you have time for a 1 hour workout, fabulous, that's great. But also including these little snacks, these movement snacks, is really, really valuable. Nice job. Bring it back down and just do a little kind of prance here, like a little walking in place. Nice job. All right, bring those legs to hip distance apart again. Little squat down. Left arm is gonna come out in front of you and around behind you for a big circle, okay? In front and then behind. And I'm keeping my eyes on my hand. So getting some really nice rotation. This is great for posture. If you sit in front of a computer all day, this is really gonna help. Switch directions. Behind and then forward. Last two. And then let's switch sides. So left hand onto your waist, right arm reaches in front, and then back around behind you. This too can be done standing if that's easier for you, like instead of this little squat. But you'll probably have to bend your knees a little to get some bigger circles. Switch directions. And by keeping your eyes on your hand, you're just encouraging your spine to open up and to get that nice spinal rotation too. Last two. One. Nice job. Stand back up and bring your hands behind your head. So you want your elbows wide, and I'm gonna step my feet just a little wider here too. They're slightly turned out, and I want you to rotate to your right, back to center, rotate to the left. And when you rotate, so when I'm going to go to the right, you can let your left knee bend a little, and you'll see that kind of releases you into a little more rotation. Whatever feels better to you here. Okay, then come back to center. And now we are gonna keep the knees and the hips nice and solid. And I want you to bring the right elbow to the right and then come back up, left elbow to the left. Think about keeping those elbows nice and wide and open. Again, helping our posture. Some of these you can even do seated. Like you can just hang out in a waiting room and do a few of these in seated too. Last one. Nice job. Come back. All right, arms are gonna come back down. Let's have the legs hip distance apart. I'm gonna turn to the side again and bend your knees slightly. And I want you to take the left leg and tap it behind you and come in and tap and in. And if that feels too much, you can just do, again, just stand and a little tap behind you. Any movement, especially if we're comparing it to sitting all day, any movement is beneficial movement, okay? It doesn't matter how small or big it is. That's what we're doing here. Blood flow, heart rate, cardiovascular. We're helping our entire system. We're helping stress relief. Last one, and switch sides. Our bodies are meant to move. And doing it in standing is just a great way to remember that you can incorporate little bits throughout the day. Last two. One. Nice job. Stand back up. All right, we're gonna go back to a little more hip mobility here. Have your feet hip distance apart. Lift that right knee up in front of you. Open it to the side. Lower it down and face it forward again. So you're turning this into a circle. Nice job. Switch directions. And many of you will be familiar with movements like this. We include them in our healthy and happy hips workouts, our hip mobility, our balance workouts, our workouts to help your knees. So you can see we're just kind of combining a lot of those really great movements. Go ahead and switch legs into one place. Nice job. Switch directions. And you can even watch this 2 times in a row if you want a 20-minute full body workout. You'll feel those legs at the end. Nice job. All right. Let's bring ourselves to hip distance again. You're going to step the right foot back, lean forward, and lean back. It is okay if that front knee goes over your toes, all right? You are allowed to make that happen here. We're just getting a little stretch in the back calf. Again, a little mobility. And if you have the room, you can step that foot even farther forward. Nice job. Switch feet. Not forgetting to breathe. Nice job. Come back to center. Feet hip distance again. Arms at your sides, up onto your toes, and lower back down. Same thing we started with. If you have the room and you want to add the arms, you can. They can lift all the way up and then come back down. Last one. Nice job. Lower down. Bring your right ear to your right shoulder. And then circle your head around, left ear to your left shoulder. And then back up to center. One more deep breath. And nice job. You are ready to get on with the rest of your day. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you on your mat soon.